Okay guys, so like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the low battery in the previous video. We need to delete some of these, but then I realized we don't actually need all of this. So let me explain here. That's because if I click here on this is when I see the details of an order. And what we actually need are the details of the order itself, and not just a summary here. So let's come to checkout.summary.php. That's the view. And then instead of deleting these things one by one, we don't actually need any of them. What we need is, wait a minute. What we need is this div here, which has a hide right there. So if I remove that hide there and refresh, you see that there's order details here on this other side, and these are the details that I actually want. So what to do here is to get this div onto the outside. So let me see where it ends. It ends over there. Okay, so which is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all this table, t-body, all that out. So let's do that here as well. Table head out. And we also removed the t-body out. Let's see, does this one have a closure? Which is there, table row. So both of these out. And table data, same here, table row, table data out. All right, so we have something much better here. So let's refresh now. All right, so at least we have a good summary here. Let's just deal with the errors that are coming in. All right, so here let's start with warning undefined property ID on line 42, right? So let's go to line 42. Is it? Yes, 42 right here, order number. So how can we know the order number? Well, we might guess by looking at the database. So let me just put this here and say order ID. Let me move this right here, like so, and that. Okay, that way I have some PHP tags over here, and then I will move this to here. Let me make it equal to 0 so it doesn't disturb me for now, and refresh. Okay, so less errors, which is good. Order number 0, and then here we have warning undefined property class user. So we don't really need to know who this user is because it's the user looking at this info anyway. So that's on line 47. This is it right here, so no need for this part. Out of my way. Okay, so let's refresh. Okay, so less stuff here. We don't also need this here, this arrow. So where is that arrow? It's right there. Remove the arrow. It's just yep, there we go. Pretty good. I think we don't need the order number as well to show, actually. Let's remove that. Maybe that too. I think the less the better. Okay, good. We don't need the close button as well because we can't do that anyway. So out. Okay, So what about this one? Line 50, undefined delivery address. How about number 55, date as well? So date here is equal to, we can just create a date here just to satisfy this part here, because we know what time it is right now. So we create the now date. So just say year, month, and day, and that's it. Then number 50, where is that? 55, 57, delivery address, we don't have that. We just have let's just say address 1 and address 2. We have those two things, because if we come to the top here, you see there's address 1 and address 2. So very good. I'm going to remove those two things and put 1 on this one and put 2 on this one. Okay, so refresh. All right, so pretty good. We have that. Okay, now we have the order summary. Oh, I didn't see this. There's an OR missing right here, an order. So let's do the same on the other side. Orders, on orders.php, OR, and back to what we are doing. Okay, so now grand total. So we don't have a grand total here on line 78, right? But we actually do. If we go to the checkout controller, we have this part where we did a thing called subtotal here. So let's check out what subtotal has to say. Come back here, and where are we? Oh, 78. 78 right here. Okay, so we're going to use subtotal. Don't forget the $sign. Refresh. Yes, so we have a grand total of 3098. Okay, very good. And then there's a button here, but why is the button below this? The button should be lower, which it kind of is. So what's going on? Okay, maybe I can put a horizontal row here, HR, like that, just to separate the button from the grand total. And then what I can do is add a style and tell it to clear both sides, like that. That clears any floating items. Okay, which is much better. So now that I can click here, grand total is there. That's much better. Okay, so now no order details were found in this order. Curious, isn't it? So let's make sure that some order details are there actually. And what else here? Please confirm the following. There's too much space between that section there. So this one, since this is by itself, I can put it back the way it was. But this is not the space I'm talking about. Order details. Let me remove this and see what happens, just for a second. Okay, so the space is still there here, so it's not the fault of that message right there. Nope. Okay, so let's see how we can incorporate these details. No other details were found. I want this in the center though. Here I'm going to add a style and say text align center. I think that will look much better. Okay, that's better. Now let's figure out why there are no details. Well, I think because if is set details here, I think let's go back to the checkout controller here and see where we added our details. We added them inside order details here. So let me copy that, come back to the view, and I'm going to do this here. Select all these and paste order details. So let's see what errors we get now. Ooh, nothing. Wait a minute, what's going on? If is set and is array. Actually, we don't need the order here. We just need order details as it is. So let me get all that and remove. I think then we're going to have to see some errors now. Okay, very good, very good. So at least we know we have two items here, even though we have errors. So what's missing here? Undefined property, quantity. Okay, so quantity, amount. Okay, so these are things that should be there. So let's go back to our controller class. Where is this? Checkout controller. That's what I meant to say. And let's check out what's inside. Wait a minute, order details. So what's inside rows here? So what I would do is show that here. I'll show the rows first. So let's refresh. Okay, so there we go. So we have this item with one item there, one row. So it's an object. So there's no amount, there's price. Okay, so it's correct to say that. And what about quantity? There is none like that. There's just cart quantity. Okay, so let's edit those things real quick. So here I'm going to say cart quantity underscore quantity. The description stays the same. Amount is price. And what about the total? Well, the total should just be a calculation. I'll multiply that. Oh wait, maybe it actually is there. Let's see this. Refresh. Okay, looking good. It's just total isn't there. Let's come back to the I saw some multiplication here somewhere, which is here. My total. Oh, it was because of that. Okay, so scrap that. Let's go back to the thing here and let's do a multiplication. Multiply the price and the detail. Oh, the total and wait a minute. It should be the quantity. Cart underscore quantity. Yeah, let's put that in some brackets and refresh. Okay, so we're finally there. See,